Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lisna Yulianti. I'm from English Education Department, 4th B, University of Singaperbangsa, Karawang. In this occasion, I would like to explain about English as Lingua Franca. There are 4 topics that I have to explain to you. The first is what is ELF. The second is who are the users of ELF. The third is the reason why we are interested to ELF, and the last is the differences of ELF and any other English types. Okay, let's go to the first topic. What is ELF? According to Wikipedia, ELF or English as Lingua Franca is the use of English language as a common means of communication for the speakers of different first language. And according to British Council, English as Lingua Franca or ELF is a common language between people who don't share the same native language. And we can conclude that English as Lingua Franca or ELF is the use of English language which used for people who want to communicate with the other, but they have different native language. And the second topic is who are the users of English as Lingua Franca or ELF. The user of English as Lingua Franca or ELF are the people who want to communicate with the other, but they have different language. So the native speaker is not the majority of ELF. And the kind of communication of ELF doesn't follow the native speakers. Okay, the third topic is why we are interested to English as Lingua Franca. According to Dr. Will Baker, there are 2 billion people around the world who use the different language or who use the different English language, whether in the level or structure or the style. So we need the ELF or English as Lingua Franca to contact us with the intercultural communication or intercultural society. And then the last topic is about the differences between English as Lingua Franca and any other studies related to English. The first is English as Lingua Franca versus World Englishes. World Englishes is the variety of English. For example, Norwegian English, Singapore English, Indonesian English, or Sundanese English probably. But ELF or English as Lingua Franca is not about variety of English, but English as Lingua Franca is the contact language for communication intercultural. And then English as Lingua Franca versus English as an international language. English as international language or EIL often described as a variety of English or variety of international language. And ELF or English as Lingua Franca is not about variety of English or variety of international English. And the last is English as Lingua Franca versus English as a foreign language. people often wrong to mention these two acronyms because the acronyms has a similarity, but actually the meaning is different. In English as a foreign language, the non-native speaker are expected to confirm their language to native speaker like English, but in the ELF or English as Lingua Franca, the non-native speakers are not expected to confirm their language to native speakers. And in the English as a foreign language, the non-native speaker should follow the rules, the structure, or the style of the native speaker's language. But in the ELF or English as Lingua Franca, the non-native speakers should not follow the style, the structure, or the style or the structure of the native speakers like English. In contrast, the native speakers should follow the non-native speakers' language. And the conclusion is ELF or English as Lingua Franca is a common language used by people who want to communicate with others, but they have different language. And the native speaker is not the majority of ELF, so ELF is different with the other study related to English like word Englishes, EIL or EFL. And we are as the people, and we are as the human who has a different language need ELF or English as Lingua Franca to contact us with the other in the cultural society. Okay, that's all for the explanation about Lingua Franca. I hope this explanation can useful for us, and leave your comment below. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.